You have failed me for the last time.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Lounge with John. And in this video I'm going to be sharing with you a list of the different guide dog schools that you can contact if you are looking for a guide dog. Now I have also put the link below in the description. That way you can copy that down yourself and come back and get these numbers as well. But I thought I'd just go through some of the lists and just list where they're located and their phone number. And then if you want to get further information, you can go to that link that's in the description. After you decide what school maybe you want to go to for getting your guide dog. If you're a first-time guide dog owner, I would like to talk to you about a couple things before you do it. That way you are fully aware of, getting the guide dog and kind of the responsibility. Because I've seen this happen with more than one person, and I don't want to see you go through that. So, the first thing is this: when you go and get a guide dog, mostly important, you're taking on a brand new responsibility. You're no longer just taking care of yourself. You're now taking care of yourself and your dog. And sometimes people, I've seen people get guide dogs, and they're just, they end up not being very responsible because of whatever reason, I don't know. But just always remember that you should take care of your dog just as good as you take care of yourself. If not better, because your dog, they have a very important job, and they do a good job. So they should be rewarded, and one of them rewards should be, that they're, treated very good and taken really good care of. So I have coffee with me on this, because this is a longer video. Gotta have something to drink. So that's the first thing. Number two, if you are married or in a relationship, or if you're living with other people, you need to make sure that you have made it clear to them that your dog is a work dog, and this is not something where you'll be letting the dog stay outside for an hour by itself, or chaining the dog up outside, or letting people play with it. And also that there should not be a jealousy situation going on here. Whether it's a spouse, or maybe you got kids, and maybe the husband or wife are going to give you heat about being with the dog all the time. And these things happen all the time. That's why I'm bringing it up. There has been cases where the husband or wife will get jealous because of the dog, or the husband or wife will, argue because you're spending quality time with your dog, taking care of it, and not your kids, when really that's not the case. But because of jealousy, these are things that might be thrown in your face. So just make sure that you are very clear on what you are doing and that you will be coming home with a service dog, and that service dog will require a lot of attention. Okay? And not everybody's like that. So it's not like it's going to happen to you, but I just like to bring it up. Just, just to be, on the safe side. The other thing is this, and I've definitely seen this happen with another gentleman, which I definitely did not agree with. But he had got his guide dog out of Michigan. And after getting his guide dog, working with his guide dog for about a year, he stopped. He stopped taking his dog out with him when he went places. He didn't harness his dog anymore. He moved out of his parents and left his dog behind. And these are definitely things that you do not do. If you're going to do that, don't even get a dog. Just close the video and forget about it. Because, for one, if the school finds out that's what you did, you will lose your dog. And if you don't, then something's wrong with that school for letting you keep the dog. So the dog only got to work a year and then became a pet and didn't even stay with his owner anymore. And I will tell you from experience, guide dogs love to work. They love it. They really, honestly love it. Because you got to remember, these dogs were trained to do this. And not only that, but these dogs get to go anywhere you go. And you know as much as I do, dogs love to go to new places. They love to be nosy and all that. So for the dog to be able to guide you and adventure to new places and go all around the world or the state or whatever, they love it. They love doing their job. They do. So don't get your dog and then a year later get tired. If something like that occurs, you need to contact the school. Find out, look, hey, I've got a situation going on. I'm not going to be able to work with my dog for the next 3 or 4 months. What do I do? They might have you bring it back, and, they keep it there. That way the trainers can, continue to keep it, upon its obedience and all that stuff. And that's another thing. Obedience. Don't stop giving your dog obedience. Continue that. Even a year later. 2 years later. I've got my guide dog. She'll be 9 in June. Can't believe it already, 9. But that's what it is. And I still work with my dog. We have a very good relationship. When I got her, I made sure that the most important thing was bonding and creating that relationship, us letting each other know that we can trust each other, because your dog is going to be nervous just like you are for the first time. So it's very important that you really build that relationship and create that special bond between you and your dog. Okay. For that said, I'm really happy that you're here looking to figure out where to go to get your guide dog. And I'm gonna respond to something here that some people will have a debate over that this guide dog school is no good and this one is. That one they're no good and that one over there it is. Every single school will have a reputation. There will be stories to be told. But it doesn't mean it's true. Or two, there it's a rumor. And every school is going to have their rumors. But in all, every school, is good. They're good in their own way. Every school has something a little bit different. They might do it a little bit different, but that doesn't make them a bad school. People had said stuff about the school in Ohio, that it wasn't any good and all that. Not true. I got my dog from there. My dog works great. And the people there, they did a good job. Okay? So never go by rumors. You've got to pick yourself and figure out where you want to go. Maybe call. Get a tour, if anything. If you're that unsure where you want to go. But if you get a tour, you're going to have to pay for that on your own. But once you do go, the schools will pay for your transportation and all that stuff. So I'm just going to run through this list kind of briefly. As far as the states, how many different states have guide dog schools, and then so let's go ahead and get started. Again, the link's down below. So for the first heading, and you can hit the letter H if you have a screen reader, that'll take you to each state. The first one's California, which has Guide Dog for the Blind. Guide Dogs of America. Guide Dogs of the Desert. Then we have Connecticut. Fidelco Guide Dog Inc. We have Florida, Southeastern Guide Dogs Incorporated. We have Hawaii. Yeah, I know, isn't that amazing? Guide Dog of Hawaii. Michigan, Leader Dogs for the Blind. Nebraska, Noah's Dogs of Nebraska. New Jersey, the C&I Incorporated. We have New York, Freedom Guide Dogs for the Blind. Guide Dog Foundation for the Blind. Guiding Eyes for the Blind. And then we have Ohio, Pilot Dogs Incorporated. That's the school that I actually attended. And I will say that I really enjoyed the school. They really make you feel like home. Saying nothing bad about the other schools, but if it was me, I'd tell you to go there just because of the living and all this stuff you get to do. It's a really, really comfortable place to be. Oregon, Guide Dog for the Blind Incorporated. Texas, Guide Dogs of Texas Incorporated. Wisconsin, Custom K9 Service Dog Academy. Occupals Guide Dog Association. I actually never heard of that one, but it's here. Next ahead it says Division, National Association of Guide Dog Users, National Federation of the Blind, President Mary Quizdala. Okay, this must be the lady that owns this site. Yeah. So there might be other guide dog schools out there, but I can tell you that these are the main schools, the popular ones. And I didn't give the phone numbers and emails and all that because, I mean, you would have to, you know, continuously hit pause and all that. The best thing to do is copy the link down below if it will let you click on it, and, you know, come over here and check it out. Like I said, do your research. Call the schools. Talk to them. And most generally, anyways, before you go to the guide dog school, someone will come and meet with you anyways. Every school that I know of, they will come to your house and you'll have to take them on a walk, you know, just a couple blocks in your area so they can get an idea of your living conditions and, you know, what, if there's sidewalks or if you live in the country. If you live in the country, do not let that discourage you, because you can still get a guide dog and they can still train you to even walk with your dog in a more country setting if you have to. You know, and you know, some cities or towns there's no sidewalks, so they train it like a country setting to teach your dog and you to walk at the side of the road and to walk, you know, the right way and safety and all that stuff. So again, you know, you are going to be taking on an adventure and a life-changing event that you'll never forget. And I promise you, you are going to be glad you've done this. You've definitely made the right choice. The freedom that we get with having a guide dog is like no other freedom that a blind person could ever ask for. You know, some people just don't want a guide dog, and that's fine. But once you have that harness in your hand and you're out working with your dog, you're going to see what I'm talking about. And you're going to say, he was right. John was right. This is great. So guys, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Leave comments if you got any questions. I'd be glad to answer any questions for you. If you're new at, you know, all of this, or maybe you already have a guide dog and you got questions, let me know. I'm going to be doing some research and giving you guys some information for some email lists that you can join as well. That is really good for once you have your guide dog, to share conversations and all that good stuff. So for that said, be sure to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I said, give me a thumbs up, leave your comments below, and I'll talk to you later on.